This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Seminoles will put toe to leather and will get started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lacey. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. On the move, it's Allen. Stopped in the backfield, and the defense comes out sending a message.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for once.
Lost the fire on second down. Skips away from pressure. Uncorks one to the middle. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. He's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Gets rid of it. Plucks it out of the air. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. To the air on first down. Steps away. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Ryan, how about the philosophy of this team? Aggressive, aggressive, and more aggressive. You got the lead, you're winning, right? And you don't have to kick an onside, but I'm kicking an onside. And they get it. Nice aggressive mindset, and it's rewarded.
He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And he used that spin move to put him in the spin cycle and gain extra yardage.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
They'll run the option. Now the toss. Fighting off the defender. At the 20, he's got space. This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team. Oh, the ball squirts out. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. On the run, deep down the right side.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
On the run, it's Hughes. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Moore will throw. Unloads it left. Can't make the grab on 3rd down. And it's a rare drop for this guy.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Slings it downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. So now the offense is going to have to regroup. A turnover on the first drive of the game can bruise that confidence a little bit.
No doubt about it. It's so hard as an offense to create any momentum and get any confidence early when you turn it over at this juncture in the...
Oh, he's going to go up top. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And I know that play broke down. That is one the offense, I think, would like to have back because you practice these type of scramble situations all week long. Quarterback this time flush to his left. These receivers...
Oh, he's got some space. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
And it bounces over the top. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Moore to the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
It has been tough sledding for this quarterback here early in the game. He's 0 for 5 right now. I give the defense tons of credit. It's not just good coverage in the back end, and it's not just a good pass rush. They're doing a nice job mixing up their looks coverage-wise. This quarterback looks confused, and that's a big reason why, guys, this offense has not scored a...
Time to take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Ice water in this quarterback's veins, man. Third play of the drive. It's 3rd and 10. You know the defense is expecting pass, but this quarterback, laser focus. He found the matchup. Great job reading.
He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon. Talk about keeping your eyes downfield and then unleashing one on a rope.
And having a guy like that can buy time and beat you down the field with his feet. But also, what you said is the most important thing. He keeps his eyes down the field. He's not looking to run the football. He can, but he's looking to do damage and make a big play down the field. Because he had his eyes up, he could do that.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
With the catch, it's Brown. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Might be looking to run. Fires on the move. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that. Once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Looking down the left side. A strike down the field. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Moore will throw. Quarterback extends the play. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed.
Lets it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lets it fly. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds and complete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To the left. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. Now improvising. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it.
And the play.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. Out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. off in time, it'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Moore to the air. Now rolling to the left. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
This offense has it with really good field position. Looking downfield on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Hit as he throws. Got his man downfield. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I love that play call. Quarterbacks are always licking their chops after their defense gets a takeaway because they know now, hey, I got a sudden change situation. I've got a chance to take a shot and pad my stats.
Bringing the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front. They won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got a man, it's Anderson. And they'll knock him down.
I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right.
Pick off to stop the threat.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer? When it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception.
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
So now it's 2nd and long. Moore will throw. He's going to let one go back to the middle. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Got room on the return. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even wait. There's zero hesitation. Force the defense on the very...
Got some momentum to the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On the option. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and we have run out of time in the 2nd quarter. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. Get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the 2nd half. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to...
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more.
Trying to get behind the defense. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're...
It's a fake. That incompletion is an engraved invitation. Breaks into the open. And they caught them with their drawers down as the throw and catch picks up the first down on the fake.
And that is such a great job by the head coach deciding to go for it there on the fake punt. And that's one of those fake punts that they've probably had in their playbook now for several weeks, but you gotta have the perfect look defensively to run it. The up man gets the snap, the nice accurate throw, picking up the first down and keep this drive alive.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Makes a connection. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down.
You don't see that often. Quarterback sneak called, and they lose yardage.
Fake spike, now he'll throw it. Didn't move it a millimeter on that last play, and now they'll try it again on third and goal from the 1. With jet sweep pass.
Well, the offense just trying to outflank the defense with a little push pass to a speedy wide receiver and see if they can get him on the perimeter, but just too much speed and awareness on the defensive side of the ball. Now sets up fourth down.
Looking to convert, LSU comes to the line on fourth. Looking to throw. Touchdown, LSU! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people are probably thinking this close to the goal line, fourth and goal. They get
trickery. He'll try to run it in. He's not going to make it stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Looks as if the hands team will be able to oh, it's on the ground. High ball. Finds a little space. And the ball's on the ground. Bounced right back to them. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Moore to the air. On the run, still looking.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Powers through the defender. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive, right?
He'll take a deep shot here. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception.
And That's going to be a tough throw for the quarterback to make, right? He's right-handed, he's rolling to his left, and that throw is going way down the field. So he's not going to be able to get all the velocity he wants. He didn't have the accuracy either, and that's a...
Oh, look out on the right. The 30. Past the 10. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty...
اتفضل.
This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. Texas. He'll bring it out. It's long. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Send the tight end in motion. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Bowling. Under fire. Fires downfield. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it's squarely.
Lets it fly deep downfield. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Texas! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Dude, you're just thinking, hold them to 3, make them kick a field goal, don't let them score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Texas. He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. They'll go to the ground. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line, a loss of 1. The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a hit. Moving out of the pocket. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Running to Green. Turning it on. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. The Wildcats, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He leaves it with the back. And he didn't squeeze it. It's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
On a little time, lets it go. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he heard it.
He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. A first down run on the doorstep. That's a really nice job by this defense, maintaining outside leverage and knocking him down behind the line. Guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. The play action fake. Gets it to the back. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorn! Man, did he get walloped on that play.
He did. He got smashed, but what happened? He got the touchdown. That's all that matters. I don't care if I get hit. Coach, I got me a touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. This is ultra-aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback on the keeper. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to go up top on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Returns it down to the 35-yard line as they cash in on the opportunity to force a turnover.
This has been a nightmare for the offense. What's one of the most critical statistics in any college football game? It's the turnover battle. They've already got 3, David. We're not even through the first half. This couldn't be any worse if you're on offense.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise why they're trailing in this football game. When you continue to give the football to the other team and put your defense in a bind, you're going to give up points. So they've got to find something with this offense that they can do well. Because right now, they're finding a good way to turn it over. But they got to do something positive to get back in this football game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. Runs through the tackle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like...
Pulls it in down the sideline. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fires to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
How about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3's coming soon.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make the...
He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He's turning it loose into the middle. And it's caught inside the 30. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. He's going to take off. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That's
touchdown, Kentucky! A great catch and run for 6.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
Back to pass, it's Bowling. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. The 50. He's at the 30. 10. He just sets sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Rolling, throwing, looking right. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, he was rolling to his right, and because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers, you're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect.
He tries to take the top off. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Dropping back, it's Manning. Looking to scramble. They get to him as he throws.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket, he starts to go to the left. I got to stick with the play, because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up,
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got an open man. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And the timing just a hair off.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window, and the intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
And it's picked off right at the goal line. Going the other way, and he's got room. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unleashes one. Wide open downfield. And they're able to get him on the ground.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
The Longhorns are flying down the field. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He'll try to take it back. The 40. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
They'll try the run. They'll mark him down right there, but it'll be enough for a Kentucky first down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To the air, it's Boley. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket. The ball squirts free. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive. But the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy
wide open on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. You want to be physical with the quarterback, but you can't give up those roughing the passer penalties. It's 1st and 10. Got room to work. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Going to take a shot at this DB. It's a big stride inside the 10. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. off the play fake on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the punishment has been extended.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
The fake, they flip it to the kicker. They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the fourth quarter.
This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting, as we'll see a team from the American, the South Florida Bulls, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the New Mexico Lobos. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. To start this game, they're lining up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
He's going to go for a big one. Wide open, he makes the catch. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The huge explosive play put him right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, USF. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Slips through the line, and he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Looking to throw on first down. Buys a little extra time. He's going for it all. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Brown wants to pass. Stepping to the right. Throwing on the run. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run.
Going for the big play. Got it in stride at the 15. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding insult to injury.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. How in the world did the offense retain possession? They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Brown will throw it. Rolling right and going deep. Touchdown, South Florida. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
He's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. A few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Going right to work up top. Quarterback moving. He turns it loose to the left. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, New Mexico! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. He didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Creates a little space. Touchdown Bulls! Special teams proving to be special. Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Brown wants to pass. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead to 8. No reason to think so far we won't see plenty more offense on display, or will the defense find an answer as we start the second quarter? They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's going to fire to the left. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. On the move to his left. Catch in the middle is Thomas. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
This guy just is so comfortable for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Dances away. Working that left side now. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Hey, man, I played with Tiki Barber and the Giants, Frank Gore and the 49ers, LaDainian Tomlinson in the Senior Bowl. These guys wanted to catch passes in our offense. Even though they knew sometimes they were the 3rd or 4th read in the progression, they were hoping I was going to throw them a football. And it is so nice as a quarterback to know that you've got running backs like that want to be involved in the passing game.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's second and goal. They're working that left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Third and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Lobos! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gets the back moving. Brown will throw it. Starts to scramble to the left. Look out, he's got room. It's a running room. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the +42.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Keeps looking downfield. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're throwing for it on 4th down. On the run, deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Man, and they tried the surprise onside to start the second half. And this game's a great game. It's been back and forth, tie football game. Maybe trying to jumpstart yourself. But I'll tell you what, now you've put your defense in a bind. Let's see how they respond.
That's caught. It's Blair. Turning it on. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Looking to throw on 1st down. The quarterback doesn't throw it away. Instead, the defense forces a loss.
And I think there's so many guys that think they can outrun guys and make plays, and sometimes you got to realize when a play's over and just get no.
Going for it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Oh, he's going to be brought brought down, a huge loss on the play.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
The Bulls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. On the move to the right and looking for a big one.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
It's a little demoralizing, too, I think, if you're on defense, because it looked like you had him, right? It's 3rd down. Everybody's getting ready for a big sack. They're pinning their ears back, trying to get upfield. You just can't make the play. Quarterback's able to escape. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he did get...
He's going up top. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Bringing it back. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to...
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Taking it the other way. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And that is why they're called the hands team, people, on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Looking left. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Forced out of the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Fires on the move. Another incompletion on 3rd down. It's a 1-score game lead, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, fires downfield. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, New Mexico! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
He's got it. They convert the 2, and they take the lead here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
29.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Off play action on first down. Scrambling away. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense, not closing the door completely.
Oh, look out, the ball's free. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's loose down the left side. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to thread the field position with the return. And a late opportunity to grab the lead here. A touchdown would be huge. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. On 2nd and goal, he carries again. Touchdown, USF! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Trying to pound their way in. He gets it into the end zone for the 2 to push that lead out to 7. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Great place to start for this offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. He throws one to the left. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. The offense coughs it up. And the football bounds across the sidelines. They'll lose a couple. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was